Mommy do be recording. You gonna help me? Are you helping? I got a helper today. I don't know if there'll be music because I'm introducing the puppy. I just gave it away. I'm sure everybody knew it was you though, huh, baby? Huh? I'm sure everybody knew it was you. I don't know, is it too dark for people to see you? Here's... Kind of. Hey, Maverick, don't eat leaves. Are there leaves down there? Maverick. All right, we're going back in. Not helpful. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Heather the Crochet Witch. How are you doing? I messed that intro up. You can tell that I'm tired, right? Welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. Barely day 4. I did not get my video done in the middle of the night last night, and then I did not get it done all day today. No real reason. I mean, yes, real reason, but no good reason, let me say. I didn't have a lot done, worked on. I got up, went to lunch with David, and then I started working on something to show you guys today. And what happened? Damon called and he asked me if I would come pick him up because he wanted to come buy some food, like get some food to eat, not like go grocery shopping. We're gonna do that Thursday. But he wanted to get some food to eat. So I took him to get some food. He bought me some pretzel bites from Culver's. Yum. And that was obviously later because it wouldn't have been right after lunch because I would have been full. But and then I hung out with Maverick for a while. That's what else I was doing because Maverick has an ear infection, so he hasn't been feeling his best. He's just been kind of lounging around, wanting lots of cuddles. So I'm more than happy to give him cuddles. And he had to get his ear, like we have this big bottle of cleanser, which we had before, but like over the course of several dogs, it was used up. And so we got another bottle of that from the vet. And then they had, I don't want to say diagnosed, what did they do, like culture it or whatever. They had a couple of swabs. He didn't even have to go in. David swabbed his ear and brought it in and they tested them. So it cultured them, tested them, whatever they did. And the test came back and he has two kinds of ear infection. He's got yeast in his ear and he's got the bacterial ear infection. So he's got medical drops. So we had to cleanse his ear, and then that obviously, as implied, cleanses out his ear and then kind of like dries it out a little bit. And then over the next 2 weeks, he gets drops twice a day. And then at the end of the whole cycle, he gets another like really good cleansing with the cleanser. And hopefully that clears everything up. But yeah, right now he's just kind of like groggy. He like shakes his head a lot, which is how I knew something was wrong. And then because that was like the indication to me, like last night I went and tried to clean his ear out, and there was like a little bit of like moisture in it to begin with, and it was like he had just woken up from like a dead sleep, so he hadn't been like licking anything and messing with his ear, and like Otis hadn't been licking his ear or anything like that. So it was just the drainage because he's got a little ear infection. He's not feeling well. Poor baby. He's feeling really bad, and like Otis really wants to lick his ear. He wants to all the time, which I'm sure probably doesn't help anything, but it really doesn't now. And sorry, I had notifications like popping up. So I was just like staring off into space thinking about them. it really doesn't help now. And now that the medication is, or the white, it's just the cleanser, because the medication starts in about 2 hours. He gets his first dose, because I'll give him a dose when I get home from work, and then we'll sleep, and then David will give him a dose before he goes to bed. Excuse me. So it's about 12 hours apart. I'm really spacey tonight, 'cause I'm tired, you guys, if you can't tell. But now that the cleansers are really odd odor. So I'm guessing it's like a medicated. I didn't read the bottle. David just picked it up this morning while I was asleep. But I'm guessing it's like a medicated cleanser also. And it's a really strong, odd smell. And Otis wants to like go to town so bad on his ear. So whenever he's not like sitting up in the chair next to me, I'm guessing he's going to end up spending quite a bit of time like in his kennel just to stay away from Otis, because that's all he wants to do is like lick his ear. And like sometimes like normally before the bacteria or before the infection and stuff, sometimes like Maverick would be cool with it and he'd let him do it, but I wouldn't say he's like loved it. You know, he's never like, yeah, get my ear. So now he kind of like, he doesn't like viciously growl, but I mean, he's kind of like, get away from me. You can tell he doesn't feel good and he doesn't want him to do it. So it's definitely not like a welcome thing. And, so I'm definitely like even more so trying to keep them apart, you know, or at least not like in separate rooms or anything, but like trying to keep Otis's tongue out of his ear, which is frustrating Otis. So it's been a fun night. It's going to be a fun couple weeks. But yeah, that being said, I did manage to work on something today. Surprise. So I showed you guys these were already made, but I showed you that I was really excited. I had gotten some vintage patterned mittens made, which I will try to remember to link down below. The channel that I got these from, it's a video tutorial, and there is a written pattern that is linked in her video. The channel name is called Just Vintage Crochet, which, like I said before, I'm sure you guys have probably heard of. And this is a red heart with love called Daffodil. And this is just, this is actually it's currently made, but this particular one is a vintage yarn. It's the Red Heart Fiesta. Like, they do currently still make it, but this is from a really old skein of yarn. And I had gloves or mittens like this when I was a kid. So like an 80s, you know, vibe. Because otherwise I would never have thought to put a rainbow stripe in here ever. But my great aunt or whoever made them for me, did that, right? But this was the biggest size of the pattern that she had. Well, this is too small. So I am gifting these along with other pairs that I'm making for people. Plus my pair was a brighter yellow. This was just the brightest yellow that I had. And then Damon went to the store actually and got me a Red Heart bright yellow. And that's the color that mine were for sure. So I adjusted the pattern. I made it what I'm assuming would probably be a men's size, because I don't have like fat hands per se, but I have very long, I don't know if you can really like compare and tell up to the camera, because I mean, holding it up to the camera, of course it looks big, right? But I have very long fingers, like very long fingers. I don't know if that's, it's like you don't really know how big my head is either, right? I have actually kind of small head, but I do have very large hand. I can palm a basketball. Let me put it that way. I can hold a basketball. So, I have big hands, long fingers, big hands. I'll leave it at that. So this would probably be a men's size, but I got the first one done, like end sewn in, everything. And as you can see, this was supposed to be an adult women's size, well, this is quite snug. I'm going to put it on just to show you. So like I can get it over my hand and all, but like without stretching it down or anything, this part that should be the like elastic in the glove, that's here, which is, the elastic should be here, but it's here. Okay. So, and if I pulled it all the way down to that, which barely goes there, that's how badly it curves my fingers down. Okay. So like clearly that's not going to work. This pair doesn't, I don't have to, like it could have been a couple of stitches smaller, but it's basically, it fits just perfectly basically, right? Like it's not too snug at all. It doesn't stretch. It isn't stretched out at all. That's what I'm trying to say. The elastic part, which are slip stitches, go exactly over my wrist where I would want them. Mittens. I am in love with this. So, I know, I think Karen asked me about it because she said she, either her or somebody she would make them for had long fingers, long hands, big hands also. So what I did, all I did, the biggest size that they had, they chained 89 for this size. And that, because what you do is you make it complete, like this side and this side are one big open. You'll see it if you do the video, right? And then you fold them together and you slip stitch them together, okay? This whole thing is 89 chains. So like this is, I'm trying to think, 24 stitches, single crochet. There's 4 slip stitches for the elastic. This is 12 down here. I guess I could take my mitten off. So it's 12 single crochet, 4 slip stitches, 24 single crochet, and then there's 4 slip stitches here. Okay. My bigger size is 14. 4. I kept the elastic part, whatever, the elastics, all the slip stitches, I kept the same. So 14, 4, 34, I added 10, and then 4. So I added 2, and I added 10, so in the pattern, so if that makes sense. And then for the thumb, once you watch her video, this will all make sense, because I'm not going to go through the whole pattern. It's not my pattern, right? For the thumb, when you get to that part, you work that the same as you do this part for this. So that would also be, instead of 12, it's 14. Slip stitches will be 4. And then you work 9. And then she wants you to do a chain instead of continuing up here. She wants you to do a chain of 21. Yes, 21. And is that right? Yes, okay. The thumb's not much different, actually. She did 9, and then you do a chain of 21, because then that's enough for... And then you come back down and do 9 single crochet, and then the slip stitches, and 12. On my thumb, I did the 14 and the slip stitch of 4. I did 10 single crochet. I did a chain of 23 of 23. So I have to remember this for myself anyway, because I'll be making more of these. And another one of these. 23. And then back down to 10, the slip stitch of 4, and the 14. Because that way, when you do the rows over here, I promise this will make sense. That sounds like babble for anybody who's not planning to make them. I'm going to do the rows over here. You'll do 14, slip stitch 4, and then this thumb turns into 20 single crochet, slip stitch 3, 20 single crochet, slip stitch 4, 14 single crochet. And you do like 5 rows of that, and then you're done. Does that make sense? Well, unless you, after you watch the video and come back to see what I sized up, does that make sense? But that's my sizing up for her pattern, because that's not a size on there. And I know it was Karen that asked. So like, honestly, if you just don't want to listen to me babble about that and you want to email me, I will just tell you the sizes after you watch that or whatever. But I will try to remember to link it down below. If not, it's in like day 1 of Vlogmas's video. I definitely linked it there. So I have a mitten. And yeah, the size difference is pretty comparable. Or in comparing them, there is quite a difference, right? I did it with a G hook. So I mean, you could also play around with hook size. But I wanted it to be, you know, tight and warm and everything. So, like I said, I probably could have done like 1 or 2 rows or stitches shorter here. The thumb is great. The thumb, no matter, even if you switch up these and do it a little shorter or something, I would suggest, like, I think it's a good, I mean, unless you look at my hand and think my thumb is freakishly short or long or something, I think the thumb is a good size. Unless my thumb is freakishly off. But yeah, so I need to make another one of these for mine. And then I selfishly did mine first, but if mine was wrong also, like it made sense to do mine first, because if mine was off, I really can't do any other Christmas presents of the same size. As it is, I'm going to have to look at my friends' hands and figure out if theirs is close to mine, or if I'm going to have to adjust them also. But at least now I know what to go by with this one too, so it made sense to be a little selfish, I guess. But yay, I got a vintage mitten done. I'm tired right now, but I really couldn't be happier, so. Anyway, that's what I worked on today. It doesn't seem like a lot, but I didn't have a lot of crochet time between breaking up the dogs and going to get Damon and everything and going out to lunch with David, and that's about it actually. But so let's do my advent calendar and then I'll let you guys go, because I have to get this uploaded today because I have a day 5 to do later. So I just saw the inspiration sticker on this. I'm really excited. So I have a yarn advent calendar made by my wonderful friend Bella from Bella's Crochet Gifts. She's linked down below. This is inspired, Bella dyes yarn, and she made me an inspired by advent calendar of Stranger Things. Because I have tried in the past to get, the first year I did it, I really loved. I just haven't done anything with it yet, but I really loved it. Then last year I was less than impressed. And she knew it. She knew I was really bummed. So she asked me if I would like her to, you know, try her hand at it. And she's done amazing this year. Well, she's done amazing. I mean, this year's advent calendar is amazing. She didn't do the one that I was not impressed by, or I probably would have loved it. In fact, when I'm done with this, like I was saying, I wanted to find like a nice basket for these. And I still may, but when I'm done with this, last year's advent calendar came in a Stranger Things like project bag. I'm going to evacuate that and put Bella's in there until I use it. But let me show you. So this is day 4. Here is the inspiration. It's Dart. Look at, he's in a little collar. Adopt a stranger pet. I love this so much. I love Dart. Dart is one of my favorite supporting characters. I don't care if that's an unpopular opinion, but I love Dart so much. All right, let me show you the colors again on here. Isn't he adorable? I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. Okay, let's get to opening. She did this on a, like I said before, all of my other Stranger Things stuff has been on like a DK wool, like a superwash merino or whatever. And she did this on a super fine bamboo. It is so soft, so soft. But I'm wondering if I need to experiment and hold them together, but super fine. If I hold maybe 2 of them together, but then it's bamboo and the others is wool. I was going to say if I hold them together, maybe I could mix it with the other yarn that I have to make like a big project. But maybe I'll just do these on its own and make something that seems like a better idea. It's so soft. I haven't even, oh, let me show you a preview. This is the dart yarn. That looks pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. This looks like it will go, see, my light is washing it out just a little bit. Like it's not, so the yellow and the brown that are in here, it has a little, the yellow has a little bit of like a hint of like a greenish, I don't want to say lime. It's not lime. And it's not swamp green, because swamp green is like a dark green. Definitely darker than this. But it does have, in real life, like a hint of like a yellowy green. Like a chartreuse, would that be maybe more of an accurate color green? But yeah, it's got like a demogorgon-y, demodog kind of green to it. It's the only way I can put it. I don't have anything like it, really. Even the actual sticker for Dart is a little bit darker, but this is like beautiful. And it goes well with it. Like this was my day one. This is my hopper yarn. And it's got browns and it's got like a yellow. But this has, they're very close. They're very comparable. But this is more of a gold. It doesn't look like it in the camera, but this is the one off here that I'm shaking is the Dart yarn. And it does have a little bit more of like a greenish hue. Like maybe at the bottom of it by my face, you can kind of see the greenish a little bit more. I love them both, and they're both gorgeous. Thank you so much, Bella. I love these. Let me get them back in their proper bags before I mess them up. Did I just mess them up? I did. One moment. Heather mess up in progress. Hopper. Dart. I got this. Tired, but I'm not that tired. I really thought I had it right the first time, and then my brain realized that I pulled a switcheroo on myself. Thank you so much, Bella. I loved it. I love my calendar so much, my advent calendar. I love it. I appreciate that so much. So I'm going to let you guys go so I can get this uploaded. But I will see you back soon. Hopefully I can get a little something accomplished, or it's going to be boring, me talking about nothing. So I will talk to you guys really soon. It's going to be the 5th. Maybe we can talk about Krampus, right? Because it's going to be, I'm going to mispronounce it. It's going to be Krampusnacht. So stay tuned. I love you guys. Bye. I love you guys. Bye. We might be doing this the old-fashioned way, guys. Parting is such sweet sorrow. Bye, guys.